So, Tory Lanez is he innocent. My homie was saying free Tory for I don't know how long, and he was talking about people on the internet talking about don't need to be no free Tory. So we finna see what 1090 Jake gotta say, cause he gonna let a motherfucker know. God damn, on my court, I need better court management. No bad, but.
What's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Tory Lanez getting stabbed inside a prison and the man who did it.
Yeah, I am drinking Arby's, the strawberry lemonade. Fire. I said fire.
May 12th, 2025. Located north of Los Angeles lies the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi, California. In 2021, the prison closed its minimum custody facility, meaning its 2,600 inmates were level 3 or level 4.
2,600 niggas locked up. I ain't gonna lie, I would hate to be in, like, bro, that's like the worst place to be. It's just
these are
niggas.
The most dangerous levels.
Oh! See, yeah.
In California State Prison, where race, gangs, and strict politics are enforced with deadly consequence. The only step above this would be the maximum security inmates housed within the security housing unit.
I know, bro. Hold on. I know this not a cell, bro. Could you imagine getting into a fight in here, bro? None of this shit is budging. Yeah, nigga, boom, knock your ass out. You go falling, bro. You're gonna hit something, and guess what? Dum dum. Dead body. That shit.
Otherwise known as the shoe. A disciplinary confinement reserved for the prison's most violent, whose only escape from a cell is a human dog cage. It was 7:20 in the morning when 32-year-old Daystar Peterson, who's more commonly known as the rapper Tory Lanez, was violently attacked. TMZ would originally report multiple sources, including a corrections officer, claimed Tory was on the prison yard. But an updated report from a representative of the California Department of Corrections would clarify Tory was attacked within a housing unit. Prison staff rushed to
So he in GP. And it's Tory Lanez. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. His ass tweaking.
The
You
unit
rich as hell with all these
aid, while
broke ass motherfuckers in
Tory
jail.
suffered life-threatening injuries, forcing them to call 911. Video would emerge of who's believed to be Tory Lanez
He got
landing
air
on a light
flighted?
flight helicopter at Kern Medical Center in Bakersfield,
Damn.
California, an hour-long drive from the prison. With that distance, a helicopter was the only form of transportation able to move him fast enough to save his life. A message to Tory Lanez's Instagram.
Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, 1 to the left side of his face. Ooh, fuck. What the hell? 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own despite being in pain. He is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Damn, bro.
Account would state he'd been stabbed.
Stay out of prison, boy. That shit not safe.
14 times. 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he had to be placed on a breathing apparatus. Luckily, Tory was breathing on his own, and despite the pain, was talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is.
That shit is scary as fuck, bro. Like, that's scary as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. That's some scary shit, man. Like, nah.
Through. He also wanted to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Based on his wounds, it can be assumed Tory was attacked from behind, as the majority of his wounds struck his back and behind his head. Initially, no word was released as to who did it,
who is this
leaving
nigga?
room for speculation. Because this took place in California, the only time someone is stabbed and it doesn't result in a race riot is if they are stabbed by their own race. But that isn't the case here.
I don't know.
Compton rapper Spider Loke would post a conversation with a current inmate at Tehachapi. The man would claim Tory was on a tier full of Mexicans when a Mexican stabbed Tory.
Bro, look at his hair.
Hold on, had to be airlifted from the when a Mexican.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's the only words I got, bro.
Stabbed Tory. He'd confirmed Tory had to be airlifted from the prison.
They gotta get that shit under control. He got his hair laid down and shit.
He'd also confirmed as soon as the lockdown is lifted, the blacks will be seeking revenge on the Mexicans.
What's Gucci?
What's cracking?
What it do, Fight?
Damn.
Shit, nothing much to look, right? This morning, brother, the Mex came out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so, you know, that's gonna respond. When we come off this shit, we're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down?
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had did he have a debt? A gambling?
I'm saying he had a debt or something. It's either what Jake say? Gambling. It's gambling. It's the 3 G's. I think it's gambling, guards, and gays. Get your ass stabbed in prison.
Nah, nothing like that. Shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation, you know.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's finna be up.
Yeah, it's here for sure with some foul play.
Damn, cuz. Wasn't nobody right there with him when it happened? Wasn't nobody right there with him when it went down?
Yeah, I guess nobody wasn't. He was by himself out there. He got a whole chair full of nuts. He on a whole chair full of nuts.
No. Thank you for following. That fucking thing is hilarious. What's up?
Wow.
But you already know, once we get off this shit, we press some play on. We press play.
I'm already knowing. God damn.
Yeah.
Tehachapi has a known reputation for being SNY.
See, my thing is, why he get stabbed though? And they stabbed him all from the back, all in the back of his head, on his back. Shit, watching these reactions for YouTube. But they stabbed him all in the back of his head, all in his back and shit. Hell no,
Otherwise known
died.
as a special needs yard. These yards are known to house gang dropouts, snitches, sex offenders, and anyone else whose life is threatened by being in special needs yard. These yards are known to house gang dropouts, snitches, sex offenders,
and that's why he got his ass stabbed. He was in that yard, bro.
General population. But California has also recently implemented 50-50 yards, half general population, half SNY, to integrate the two prison societies. This goes against strict prison gang politics, mainly for the Mexicans and whites who are allegedly forced to attack any rival or SNY inmate to essentially remove themselves from the yard
I heard he innocent
until they are placed back in general population amongst the quote-unquote honorable convict.
If he really innocent and he just got stabbed 14 times in his torso, in his back, and in his head, he playing in games. Yeah. Really, I should be playing Rivals, Schedule 1. I was playing Bully the other day, or yesterday. Probably finna play that again, though. I'm hopping on Bully. When I get done with this, I'm playing that Bully game. That shit fun. But that's probably why that nigga got stabbed. He moved to the yard with all them real killers. Got his ass poked up in the back of his head and all that shit. Hell no.
While general population is deadly, it's controlled chaos. And SNY yards can be just as dangerous, if not worse, as the gang politics that keep things in line go out the window and violence.
I don't know what that is. I never heard of that before.
It's unclear if Tory was in fact SNY, as that comes with its own bad reputation within prison, but it's likely Tory was placed on a 50-50 yard, and his politics.
Bro, look at this nigga hair, bro. That shit get me every time. They like painting over this shit. It's a funny horror game. It's new. What's it on? It's on Steam? Or it's like on a console? Because I can play it if it's on Steam or console. It don't matter, but which on. This nigga hair, though. I can't get over that shit. Steam. Type shit. How much it cost?
him to remove himself. Now, Tory's attacker would be identified as 42-year-old Santino Casio, a man with a dark violent history.
What the fuck is this nigga?
On June 8th, 2022,
oh, hold on, let me stop.
A then 20-year-old Santino, who went by the name Sonny, was heard arguing with his 13-year-old girlfriend. Minutes later, she was shot in the face with a shot 13 and 20-year-old in history. On June 8th, 2022, a then 20-year-old Santino, who went by the name Sonny, was heard arguing with his 13-year-old girlfriend. Minutes later,
it's $6. Oh yeah, I probably buy that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go see what that's talking about. 13 and 20. 13 and 20. 13 and 20.
Later, she was shot in the face with a shotgun. Santino would go on the run for 2 weeks
and he shot her
before being arrested. His own family would testify against him in court, how they heard the argument before the blast. A coroner would testify the barrel
what the
must
hell?
have been 4 inches away
that
from
nigga is fucking 20 years old. He just shot a 13-year-old little girl in her face. That was her. What the fuck? But my brain, that just
the girl's
like,
face
boggled
before
my
it went
shit.
off. An interview from the day he was arrested would be played at trial, where Santino admitted to having a relationship with the 13-year-old girl for a month before the shooting. The girl was a runaway.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what the fuck I'm saying. What the fuck is going on? Bro, 13 and 20,
was on
and he
parole
killed
from the
her.
California Youth Authority for burglary. In 2004, Santino would be sentenced to life in prison for murdering 13-year-old Evelyn Candejas
death row that
and
nigga.
2 other attempted murders from 2 separate stabbings. While in prison, he'd be sentenced to an additional 6 years for a prison stabbing on another inmate, and in 2018, he was sentenced to an additional 2 years for possessing a knife in prison. Santino.
Bro, he just didn't give a fuck about life. If me, I'd be like, it's funny. Bro, that shit was not no so. Man. This nigga out here just killing shit. Bro, I gotta kill him on the spot. Yeah, just kill him on the spot. Fuck it. Ain't fuck a trial. Fuck all that. Bro, he didn't give a fuck about life. He didn't even give life a chance. At all.
Casio was as dangerous as they come, but his conviction for murdering a 13-year-old girl he'd been dating confirms he was definitely an SNY inmate, as he'd never be allowed to walk in general population without being stabbed or killed. Why he chose to attack Tory Lanez is unknown.
Bro,
many question if Tory was targeted because of his own conviction for allegedly shooting his former friend Meg Thee Stallion. The fact that he had a female victim, many would assume would be reason enough for him to be hit. But Santino's case is far worse than Tory's could ever be portrayed. And
yeah, I got Instagram.
There's no motive as to why this happened. Tory Lanez is expected to survive, and it can also be expected that Santino be placed in the shoe.
That'd be fucked up if he got killed. I can't. It wouldn't let me. But here, I can do this though.
And receive additional time in prison for this attack. But what is more time to someone who's already serving a lifetime? Man, a superstar rapper once on top of the world, now surrounded by killers with nothing to lose because of a stupid decision that changed the entire course of his life. 38. Tory is lucky to have survived this, and hopefully remains lucky enough to survive the remaining years of his 10-year prison sentence.
10 years is a long ass time.
Now, when Tory was sentenced to prison, everybody assumed one or two things. One is his money and celebrity status. I don't think he shot Meg. And 2, because he has a female victim, he could be targeted. I don't know if either one played a role in this, but the fact that Tory was damn near killed, right? Because prisons don't call in a helicopter for nothing. They all have medical units within the prison. Like, if it's superficial, they'll fix you. The fact that he had to be airlifted, his lungs collapsed, Tory almost got killed.
almost got killed.
This was a serious
murdered.
stabbing.
Yeah.
Anytime a helicopter lands, it's serious. The fact that he survived this, and the fact that he was hit up in the first place, shows you how real prison is. Your celebrity status is not going to protect you.
Do not matter.
If you're accessible, it can happen to you. The fact that Tory was on an SNY yacht, from my understanding, doesn't mean he necessarily went PC for protective custody. From my understanding, the black race in California State Prison
I'm not Hollywood,
doesn't have to remove themselves from
regular
SNY yards because their politics don't do that. The whites and the Mexicans will not stay on a 50-50 yard. It's required that they remove themselves. The reason they do that is so they don't run into pieces of shit like Santino Casio, a man that murdered a 13-year-old girl that he was dating, right? General
13-year-old
population,
girl
they don't
you
want
dating,
him there.
bro,
So if he
it's
goes there,
crazy.
they remove him. But if they get placed into a dorm or a unit where they're surrounded by weird fucks like that guy, they gotta pop on somebody to remove themselves. The reality is, if Tory was never at that spot around that guy,
that shit never
this
would
would
have
never happen. And that's the thing about general population. Even though it's so strict, it's controlled chaos. That's why when Spider Loc was questioning his boy inside of the prison, he was asking, was it a gambling debt or something? Did Tory do something? What would cause someone of another race to attack him?
Bro, yeah.
Because of the controlled politics that doesn't happen.
He in jail.
But in this situation,
he ain't alive. He in jail. He probably not gonna be alive for long though, cause that's probably gonna feel like a race war or some shit. Cause he Mexican and he stabbed a black person, and I guess in prison that shit real big. So
with SNY inmates, there's no rules and everything is off limits, resulting in Tory Lanez dead.
Bro, I don't fucking
But let me know
know.
y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. Again, Tory is like 5'1", and from what I understand, he's been moving around like a regular
Literally,
inmate.
but that's what I would do, bro.
A celebrity status doesn't hold
ain't
that
no
much
point to
weight
keep
to
him in
people
jail
that
just alive.
don't really
Like,
give a fuck. You know, you got a lot of people in there that's never coming home. They don't care about the celebrity shit because they don't ever get the
They
chance
don't
to
give a fuck about
experience
none
it.
of that shit.
This is prison. This is the reality of prison. And this could be your reality if you make a decision that lands you there. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
That shit wild. Yeah. Man.